Cracking fam, just wanted to share this thing that went down because I realized it's a bit unusual and it's super healthy in our relationship. You all know my partner. So I told her that I was going to go to the gym without her. She had a commitment with her child, so that's what was going down, and therefore I went to the gym without her. The good news is she's fine with it. But the point I'm trying to make is I didn't not go to the gym because I knew she'd be upset, and I didn't not tell her because I knew that she'd be upset. I did both of those things knowing she might be upset, but I did them because I gotta live my life and I can't live in fear of upsetting the person who's always around me because they're gonna get upset. And I also have to allow her the space to get upset and to not be afraid of her getting upset. So she's like, oh, I can't get upset. I have to repress my emotions, not say how I'm feeling, not talk about what life is like for me, and vent and share, and expect me to be able to hold space for it. Now, that might also be that I'm super lucky and I've got someone who expresses their feelings in a really mature way and in a way that doesn't trigger me and upset me and make me behave in a way I wouldn't usually behave. And we've got this harmony there. But it might also be that we've just nailed the concept I'm talking about, that I'm not afraid of her getting upset. So I live my life and I tell her directly if I think something might upset her. I'm not shying away and trying to get in trouble. I'm just like, hey, you probably would like to know this. And if you're upset, then that's fine. And I'm here to listen to you express how you feel about that. So if you are in a relationship where a pattern has already been established, and this kind of opens your eyes to a different possibility, we can perform a pattern interrupt, which is you start doing something different and the other person's probably going to possibly even rebel against it. No, go back to acting the way you normally do, because then I can act the way I normally do. And as much as we don't want to equate people with dogs and children with dog training and stuff like that, we are all cognitive behaviorally trained, right? And it's super unpopular in the therapy world because there are other somatic therapies coming out and stuff, but cognitive behavioral training works. It's punishment, reward, repeat the pattern until the desired behavior becomes unconscious competence, right? Totally a thing, right? But if you start going hey, I'm gonna upset my partner on purpose with the truth, it's gonna suck at first just because you're not used to it. But just expect the tantrum's only gonna last, tantrum is only gonna last a certain amount of time. So you're just okay. Are you done? Anything else? Cool. Got it. I understand. And sometimes I might not intentionally upset someone, but I'll say you can tell me how you feel afterwards, and I'll ask questions if I don't understand. And that makes them feel okay, so the point of me responding is he wants to understand. And when I go, okay, I understand, they're connection, less resentment, yeah? Connection, survival value. So pattern interrupt, yeah? And it's not going to be pleasant sometimes, especially if you're in a really shitty, nasty relationship, which honestly, my advice is start again. Even if you got kids and even if it gets ugly, you can always get a mediator. You can always be I don't have to speak to this person ever again. It's possible, right? And they'll try to call you this and that in court and stuff, and just have your text messages and screenshots ready for that kind of thing, because it's becoming more and more common knowledge that the mothers can be really manipulative and abusive in the court system and play the victim and stuff like that. There was a judge who I saw, conducting a court case, and she'd written a book about that, about mums being really manipulative and stuff. So she was having none of it in the courtroom. And that was kind of nice to see as a man. Again, I'm generalizing about gender, and not everyone's this way and not everyone's that way. And some people are in the middle, and that's cool. And, people in homosexual relationships, someone might be a bit more masc, someone might be a bit more femme, but we don't frown at the domestic abuse as much, and it is fucking rife in same-sex couples because there is no, you don't hit a girl, there is none of that. So the violence is fucking, but are y'all ready to talk about that? Anyway, so we got to be brave in moving towards the discomfort. So I'm going to tell you something, you might not necessarily like it, but just like fucking put on your big boy pants, put on your big girl pants, tell your partner the truth. And how they respond is their feelings, right? And you don't have to be like taking that on and going, oh, now I've got to nurse that back to health. It's like, no, you've told the truth. That's the right thing. Tell the truth, be honest. They have their reaction and then life goes on. You know, you don't have to like bring them back from something that you've said or whatever. And if you do, just get the fuck out of the relationship. What I said before, you can start again. It is possible. Most people are afraid of moving house, and it's like, that'll take like 3 weeks and then you're out. It's over, all right? It's like, oh, but I gotta, you just listed the steps. Gotta book a truck and put all my stuff in it and find somewhere to live before that. And that's it. That's the whole thing, and your life will change and everyone will be happier, you know? It's not that hard. So, be brave or fucking move out. Seriously, it's one or the other. And how they respond, that's them. That's their stuff. And like, that's a huge part of interdependence is like, okay, that's your stuff. That's my stuff. I'm triggered. That's not your fault. They think that them being triggered is my fault. It's like, no. Your truth is not the truth. Okay. We both have our truth. The truth is another thing. And it's probably not even what you think it is like, we all agree that that person's a dickhead is not necessarily the truth. That person might have a parent who is dying and they can't be bothered being nice to everyone because they're just so consumed by that. And if we go, oh, hang on, that's the truth. It's like, that's not even the truth as well. There's like another truth above that. And that, so we don't even know what the truth is. And we just think our emotions dictate the truth, which is like the most common cognitive distortion and the dumbest thing that humans do, right? Oh, my feelings, so that's the world. It's like, no, that's your feelings in your body, your thoughts in your head, and then other people have thoughts and feelings in their heads and bodies, you know? Duh, but humans are stupid. We're really self-centered, right? So, if you are going to stay in the relationship, you might need to perform a pattern interrupt, and it's like, it's going to be ugly, but again, it's like, you keep doing it, right? We don't just train a kid to use the potty once, we train them until they can do it alone, right? You don't train a dog not to bite people in one session, you train them until they stop biting people, you know? That's it. And we're not dog training our partner, we're just like, you've already done it. You've already set a bad pattern by training them to behave a certain way, and we're just trying to get it back to like something healthy, okay? And that's what you would do in any kind of therapy or couples therapy or anything, is like reestablish a better pattern. Anyway, I hope that helps. Tell the truth. Resentment is the enemy and communication is key. Mwah.